Welcome to Billy Ho Sports. I'm your host, Billy Ho. This is a betting strategy show for the Monmouth Oaks. And Monmouth Oaks is a mile and a 16th on the dirt. Appreciate you all joining me for these videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and let's get started. Okay, Monmouth Oaks. There's a good chance for afternoon rain in Jersey, so we might have an off track possibly. Also, Saratoga, which I didn't mention. I mentioned the other day I hadn't looked at the weather, but they look like they really in for some rain on Saturday as well. So I'm kind of expecting that one to be an off track too. So that may change some betting strategy. Some horses move up in off track. So maybe there's, I don't know what the deal with the turf races are going to be and whatnot, whether they'll be pulled off the turf or not. But it does look like some pretty heavier stuff to the north at Saratoga, and then just afternoon kind of showers at Monmouth. So here we go. Speaking of which, number one, Ruth Ann most recently won going away in the slop at Laurel Park. We're taking a quick look at that one. He tracks the leaders side by side and then hits the gas down the stretch. Always love to see that in a horse on the slop. So horses that maybe get out on the front end in the slop, because sometimes those horses don't like getting that water and dirt kicked in their, or water and muddy, splashed in their face and whatnot. So anyway, at the Crossroads is the number two, most recently ran third in the Boiling Springs Stakes, which we will run through. I'm going to skip around a little bit on the Boiling Springs because there was a few horses in this race, but ran third at 26-1. Pretty strong effort. Hopped out of the gate, but was able to get up to the leaders early on. The number two horse, I believe, in this race as well as this one. So anyway, she held her own pretty good down the stretch against the winner, but couldn't keep up with Miss New York, who is also in this race, who is the sixth horse. And we just saw win the Boiling Springs at Monmouth. She was excellent, moves into position in the back stretch. And by the time they hit the turn for home, I love those big sweeping moves where they just take command of the race at the top of the stretch and then just bring it on home and repel all challengers. Very nicely done by the number six horse. Number seven is Sheeta Booty, and was the one horse in this same race. She ran toward the back of the pack most of the way, was on the pace, but got dropped back some when they passed through some of these trees right here. And that one part of Monmouth going around where they just go behind the trees on that camera angle is terrible. I wish they could cut those trees back, but or get a different camera angle, pop over to a different camera or something. Maybe instead of just using that same camera all the way around would be nice. But that's just the small prices we have to pay to get these races for free on YouTube. So anyway, he's now she ran back of the pack, but was on pace when pulled back around those trees, right? Swung out wide and mounted a charge down the stretch to get that place money. So definitely closing hard. Now, the skipping back up to the number three horse, Promise Her America, ran DFL in the Kentucky Oaks, was bumped, bothered, ranked, and just generally pissed off the whole way. And there was no coaxing her to get moving in this one. And so I would kind of toss that. And I think the reason, I guess, was probably this career performance in the grade 3 Gazelle at 26-1, beating horses like a Colt, like Sheeta Booty in this race, like Gambling Girl, who ran a strong second in the Kentucky Oaks. It just, that effort was just flat out. We're watching it now. And I mean, she hits that turn for home and is just all about like the last race of her lifetime, and ain't nobody taking it away from her. So that kind of leads when horses go all out to that a major bounce the next time around. And then you get into a big 14 horse race, and she literally did get bounced around. So maybe she'll be back on her game again for this one coming up. We'll see. Foggy Night, number 4. Now she wins the Delaware Oaks with a strong move around the final turn to take the lead. And even with the horse wanting to drift back inside, Paco Lopez keeps her in check pretty good, keeping her straight and never gives up any ground, coming home for the win. Very strong contender, in my opinion. The 5-horse Vegas Magic, not so much, ran 6th in her first race of 2023. Definitely needed that one. She should improve from that, but I kind of feel like a horse like that might need one more before the next jump, or two more before beating the rest of these horses. So jumping back up to number 8, Seduction was 4th in the Boiling Springs, and didn't really look that engaged to me. Steadied inside most of the race, then just kind of ran, and then got running room down the stretch. It just kind of went pretty evenly there. This is a Todd Pletcher trained horse, so I figure he'll have her in better game shape this time around. Some of the people I was looking at might like her on top of an Exacta, but I'm not sure I'm there yet. Number 9, Occult, was beaten in that Gazelle, but then went on to finish 3rd in this Grade 1 Alcorn we're looking at. She got way back early. I believe, I want to say she's the one horse in this race, but she's double-digit lengths back, and was able to close ground mid-stretch, and then rallied from way back to get the show ticket in the Alcorn. So as long as she doesn't have that kind of ground to make up again, I think she'll be in the mix late in this race. She's a definite like candidate. And the last one, I believe, number 10, Riding Pretty, should be coming late. And I do like the turf. She went on dirt, then they put her on turf for this race, the Jersey Girl. She's the 12 horse. And she makes this move coming around the turn that horses make in turf races where they're going to win the race. Big sweeping move, and looks like she's about ready to take things over, and then has to shift out and loses ground, and could have probably challenged for the lead, but I believe got a 3rd place finish there. But live long shot, in my opinion. So anyway, this one is tough to handicap. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking that there's going to be somewhat of an off-track, sloppy sealed type stuff, which is not that bad for running because you still get speed. It's just you get that sealed wet surface. So looking at the Exacta that I want to. Okay, looking at the big board one last time, I think I'm going to go 4, 7, 9, and I believe that's Foggy Night, Sheet of Booty, and Occult up top. And I do like the 1 horse in this mix as well, and that 10 horse Riding Pretty. The 1 horse moves up on an off track, like I mentioned before, Ruth Ann. So those are the ones I like. I'm not sure exactly how I'll put it, but I think that's going to do it for the show. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more content. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get there this weekend. Thanks for watching.